Today talk today is going to be on Donald Trump furniture. So I thought this would be good. I've been a big fan of Donald Trump's furniture for a long time, right? And the truth of it is, I didn't even know it in the beginning that this was his furniture. But I put the thumbnail on this particular stream is a thumbnail of a credenza that's part of his Trump home collection. And of course, I saw it because of the chicken red. That immediately caused me to gravitate towards this picture. But I started looking at it. It was a really nice looking credenza. And this credenza has all kinds of nice brass details on the front of it. The legs, or excuse me, the feet are gilded, which is really cool. And it has beautiful lacquered paint on it. And that's what I do. I make furniture that is full of brass and full of high gloss lacquered paint. We also do a lot of stain pieces as well. But for the most part, we're known for our high gloss lacquered finish. So his aesthetic and the kind of furniture that he's into fits perfectly in line with what it is we do here at the Resplendent Crow. And this isn't necessarily like a political thing. You don't have to like Trump or not. I find it interesting that he has such a connection with furniture. And I've never had a president in my life that had any type of relationship to what I do. I mean, sure, I'm sure everyone likes furniture a little bit, but the cool thing about Trump is that he's actually been involved in the furniture industry. He's well aware of how furniture works in North Carolina, South Carolina, Kentucky, Michigan, places like this, because he was working with companies for a long time because of his Trump hotels. He was working with them to design furniture for hotels, working with them to design furniture for collections of furniture that he would, of course, then put his name on and sell those things all over the place. And it's really cool. I think it's fantastic. I think it's great that we have a president that understands the furniture industry. And there's not enough people today that understand what exactly is going on in the furniture industry today. And having a president, like I said, that has designed furniture, that has been to furniture factories, that openly talks about how the American furniture industry has basically been screwed over by its own people, which is really frustrating for me. I did a talk a couple days ago about how big furniture is essentially selling out its own industry by sending all the work overseas, bringing all the profits back here, and then giving those profits to their shareholders, rather than build up the next crop of furniture makers and tradespeople, furniture refinishers, painters, things like that would then do this work for the next generation and teach the young people how to do this stuff and keep this trade alive, because it's really rewarding. I know so many people today that go to work and they hate their lives. They hate the work that they do. They're not happy with what they're doing day to day. And truth is that I love what I do. I mean, my job is amazing. It's been really good to me to make furniture and to be a part of the furniture industry, to see my customers and everyone around this business enjoy what it is that we do. So anyway, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about furniture. I'm going to make some of these pieces in the Trump collections I've seen over the years, and the one on the thumbnail is the first one I'll start with. I'll start with this lacquered brass credenza that has nice gilded feet, and it'll be a cool piece of furniture. So anyway, my name is Eric Wilkin. I'm the Resplendent Crow here in St. Louis, Missouri. We are a fine furniture maker, and we high gloss lacquer furniture, right? We high gloss lacquer furniture. We do a lot of brass embellishments on our furniture. We're known for making beautiful, glossy, reflective finishes on our furniture that you can, see do your makeup in our finishes. We also make a lot of fine stain pieces. We're doing some tables right now, doing some credenzas that are made of crotch mahogany and walnuts and things like that. And it's been a great business. Me and my wife both work for this business. We have 8 employees, I believe. We do a small 7 figures in revenue, which leads to a nice middle-class living. And making furniture is a great way to make money, provided you put in the time and you learn how to do the work. And that's what I talk about on this stream. I talk about having a small business, a furniture business, a paint business, how other people can get in the paint business, the furniture business, and how you can do all these things without being super intelligent. It just takes a little bit of stick-to-itiveness and just learning a little bit about websites, a little bit about marketing, a little bit about making shit that really makes money. I think we have a real problem with people thinking that you can make money making furniture just, like that Bourbon Mouth guys making those bullshit, whiskey cabinets, or you see the people that do like the tambour door furniture, and like none of this stuff sells, guys. But if you listen to what I'm telling you about, this is I at the Resplendent Crow make the kind of furniture that sells, and I've proven it because I've been in business for 8 or 9 years at this point, and we do, a couple $1 million a year, and we make a lot of furniture. It's a full-time job for me and 9 people essentially, and that's how you make money in the furniture space. Now, if you want to go down the YouTube route and you want to make content and you want to go the Instagram route and make content about the stuff that you're making and sell sponsorships and advertising, stuff like that, you can do that too. That's a great way to make money. But those aren't legitimate like furniture business owner type people, cabinet business type owner people. This is related to the business of having a furniture company, not the content of furniture or the advertising and video making of furniture. So anyway, that's what we're talking about. So that's me, that's my business, that's what I do. So yeah, so I'm gonna make some Trump furniture. So if you guys get on Google and you look at some of the cool things, just Google Trump home, right? Trump home furniture, whatever, Trump credenzas, you know, Trump Louis the 16th, Louis the 14th. These styles of furniture are what Trump likes. So the high gloss lacquer stuff that I make is perfect for the style of Trump's furniture. If you ever looked at his the place he has in New York in Manhattan, a lot of gilding. Like the dude just seems to love gold, you know. So we do a lot of gilding here. Like we put a lot of gilding in our furniture. We'll gild trim pieces. We'll gild feet. We'll gild decorative capitals, bases, things like that when we're making really ornate furniture, and it's really cool. So this thing, just like I said, it just perfectly goes in line with what I'm saying. So what I'll do is I'll start by creating all the engineering. I'll create all the engineering in SolidWorks for, again, the credenza that's on this thumbnail, guys. That's the exact piece of furniture that I build. It's from Trump's Trump Home Collection. It was built by, I want to say, is Doria International, which I don't believe is an American furniture company, to be quite honest with you. But I'm going to make it because, again, it falls in line with the kind of furniture that I make. There's also, if you look, there's a couple of nightstands. I'm going to make those nightstands, and I may even make a chair. I don't make a ton of chairs, but I've kind of got the itch to make a chair, so I may make a chair. But we're gonna start with the credenza. So point is that I'll use what I do in my business, right? I'm gonna go into SolidWorks. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna create an actual working model of this particular credenza. You know, whatever, 80 inches, 18 deep, maybe 35 tall, 38 tall, something like that. We'll design the feet, we'll design the doors, and all of the brass pattern that's gonna go on the front of this piece of furniture. We'll go and do that. We'll order in all of our brass. We'll create a drawing and we'll start cutting out all those parts. We'll slap that thing together. We'll get it working correctly and we'll send it through our high gloss lacquer finish just like we would anything else. And we'll get this thing built. We'll put all that brass on. So the thing about making furniture with brass is one of those things that brass is cool because you can machine it, machines very well, but you can also polish the hell out of it. You can wet sand it and polish it, and it gleams like a freaking mirror. It's beautiful when you get it all polished up. Put a little bit of wax over the top of it to keep it from oxidizing, and it's gorgeous. You know, so what Trump does with his furniture, like I said, is the exact same thing that I do. So making this particular piece of furniture is going to be butter. Like, it's not going to be a problem at all. So look for that kind of stuff in the future. I think it's really cool that, again, that we have a president that knows our industry. I mean, how many presidents, I mean, can anyone even think of another president that kind of represented you, you know, maybe not you like necessarily, but at least had your interests in line, right? Like really spoke to you. And this is something that's just never happened to me. Like, there's never been a single president that I know of. I mean, I remember, who was it? Bill Clinton was good because, you know, he played the saxophone. He's kind of a cool guy. I mean, we all kind of like that. I mean, seemed like an okay dude, you know. Then you had Bush after that. Again, I couldn't relate to that guy at all. I mean, Rich Texan with a baseball team. Like, I hate baseball, you know. It wasn't my thing. You know, that guy never resonated on Obama. Like, Obama was a mediocre person and got elected president, probably because he was black, you know, I'm being completely honest, you know, but just as mediocre as it gets, you know. I mean, Jesus, like, I got employees that have worked for me that are more qualified than that guy to be president. But again, never spoke to me. You know, didn't do, I mean, you guys played basketball. Basketball was kind of cool. I kind of appreciate that, I guess. Seemed like a cool dude, but just wanted to give handouts to everyone. And man, I don't like that. But with this Trump guy, Trump knows the furniture business. Like, it's wild, guys. Like, do a little bit of research on him and do a little bit of research on like where he comes from as far as, you know, being a wealthy person, sure, but always in real estate, always looking to build things up, always looking to develop land, develop different kinds of buildings and slap his name on it. And to do that, you gotta appoint these buildings, appoint these houses. And it comes down to freaking furniture, right? I mean, it comes down to furniture, carpet, tile, you know, oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank. All of your casings, moldings, all these kind of things, your millwork. Like, the guy knows all about this stuff. It's really wild. You can go back and just Google, listen to this guy talk about all these industries, you know, getting millwork made for hotels, designing furniture for hotels. I mean, just like designing kitchens. It's freaking wild, guys. It's really cool, you know. So anyway, so I'm gonna make these Trump furniture for just for the hell of it, you know, because it'd be nice to make something for myself. I don't know, as furniture makers, most people I don't think get to make their own stuff. Like, it's funny when you're they always say that like the painter has the ugliest painted house on the street, and the furniture maker, you know, has the ugliest furniture in his home. And it's kind of true in a way. Like, I don't get to make a ton of my own stuff, but this thing I'm gonna do. So be keeping an eye on this thing, guys. I know the stream's gonna be kind of short today. This isn't a super popular topic, I'm sure, but I've been thinking about making this piece of furniture for probably 4 years at this point, and it's gonna happen. I'm gonna design and make one of Trump's pieces of furniture from his Trump home collection, and I'll share it. I'll do video on it. We'll do a couple shorts and maybe do some YouTube video for it. But it should be pretty dope, I think, when it's done. But again, this is the stuff that this guy designs. I think it's really freaking cool. So see, we got who's in here. Monstif Pud. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. Anyway, glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Same for auto mechanics, have the least one. Yeah, I know, it's 100% true. It's like, whatever you do, it's like you do it so much you don't have enough time to do it for yourself, which is really odd because generally you're pretty good at what you do if you do it 8 hours a day. You know? So I'm fortunate in the way that I do have quite a few pieces of furniture of my own that I've built up over the years. But again, I've been doing this for 25 years. But yeah, it's one of those deals where it's just, you can only make so much or only do so much stuff in your trade at work and then come home and do it, you know. But that's one of the things I'm always trying to talk to people about, and you might think of the same thing. If you want to get really good at something, like, you almost have to do it at work, and then when you come home, you got to do it at home too, because you can't get good enough quick enough to escape the rat race of only being able to work for somebody else. Like, you got to develop those skills really quick, and then develop enough side business, side hustle to then be able to start your own thing. And that's exactly what I did. I mean, I failed at it 3 times, I think, and then finally got it. You know, if it took me 4 times to really get in. If I hadn't met my wife, I probably wouldn't be able to even own my own furniture company. But that's just kind of how it works. But you got to get really freaking good at things. I think a lot of people want to be business owners, have this idea of working for themselves, and it's kind of becoming cool, you know, to have side hustles and all that kind of stuff. But what I've seen is that most people really aren't that good at the thing they want to do, and they're not good enough to take it on as a full-time gig. And some people, you know, make it happen, and good for them. But I think that's the thing I see with most people. They're not that good. I was terrible at marketing. I was terrible at advertising. I just never understood it. Even when people would explain it to me, you know. So fortunately, I met my wife. She's fantastic at it, and she grew the Resplendent Crow literally from a 1.5 car garage here in Creve Coeur, Illinois. I mean, it's 5 miles up the road here. Grew that thing to where it then got into a small little garage, basically, which was bigger than the garage that we had over there, but a little bit bigger garage, and then got enough business to move over into the place that we're here now, where it's a 20,000 square foot building. I think we started off with like 2,000 square feet, and then we took 5, and then when COVID hit, we took all 20. We took all of it and just exploded with business, and now things have pared back a little bit, and we're down to 12,000, which is freaking, it's nice to have a little bit of space to be able to grow and a little bit of space to kind of claw back and not have to pay a shit ton of money in rent, to be honest with you. So that's what we're able to do, you know. But this whole Trump furniture thing, like, again, I really want people to understand this. Like, you have a president who understands manufacturing, like, at a really granular level. Like, this guy literally went and worked with a company called Lexington Furniture to develop his own line of furniture for his hotels, right? And he worked with this other company called Doria, but it's basically a Turkish-based furniture manufacturer, and developed a whole bunch of furniture as well. And that's the collection that I'm gonna start making a couple of these pieces for. I'm gonna make videos on it, and I'll see if it does well. Like, it seems to me people really like Trump content. You know, when I do these talks, I can do a talk about something that's like really important, I think. Like, I did a talk about apprenticeship yesterday, and nobody cares. But if you put Trump in the thumbnail, suddenly people are interested. I don't know if just the algorithm kicks that stuff around, or if people really just see anything with Trump and just kind of look at it or are interested. I can't figure it out, you know. But when I was talking about apprenticeships yesterday, it's like, if we're going to get people to make furniture today, and we're going to get people to do the things that like our grandparents did and our parents did, we got to teach people this stuff. Like, it's almost the most important thing to me. But I don't know if people are that interested in that kind of content, you know. So I'm going to stick to doing things that I think are relevant, that are good for this stream, and I'll try and kind of cater a little bit more to what content seems like people want. And people seem to like anything that's freaking Trump related, anything that is furniture related. a little bit of policy, I think people seem to like, So we're gonna do a lot of talk about making furniture. I'm gonna show you guys how I make all this furniture. And again, you guys can go to the Modern Woodrunner on Instagram, on YouTube, all these kind of things, and you can see all the furniture that we made. You can go to resplendentcrow.com, see all the furniture that we ship all over America, and it's a legit business, guys. That's what I do the streams for. It's not a stream of people, just talking shit to get clicks. Basically, it's nothing like that. We do these talks to sell furniture, to work on what I call the like, know, and trust factor, which is this thing where people are more apt to buy from you if they know who you are, if they like you, and if they trust you, right? And everyone sees Eric on here doing streams, putting out Instagram content, putting out YouTube content, and they know I'm a safe bet. Like I've been here for 8 years at this point. I'm probably going to be here, help you with your furniture, and fixing furniture if it breaks, we're always going to be designing new furniture. Everyone knows they can walk in our factory here in St. Louis any day of the week and be happy to say hi and show you what it is that we do. And I think it's really important, but yeah, more people need to be able to do this, and we just have to keep talking about starting businesses, getting good at things, and then going out on your own and trying to do this stuff, because it's what we need in the country today. Otherwise, everyone's going to go broke, And like I keep saying to you guys, as the chasm between the haves and the have-nots gets bigger and bigger, unfortunately, you're going to have to service the haves, And you can get kind of in the middle where I'm at if you make products that the rich people want to buy, because the truth is that wealthy people are always buying, So when the economy is going to shit, wealthy people are buying. Like I talk to people all the time about when I was in aerospace. Like I've never had a downturn. There's no downturns in aviation. Even after 9/11, we're still building. Right after the Great Financial Crisis, we were still building. It's like there's no slowdown for wealthy people, and that's good, I guess. But unfortunately, that's just where it is. And because there's more and more of these wealthy people, there's more and more customers. Right. So if you make something really cool, you can sell to it. And again, the thumbnail on this thing is Trump furniture, and I'm here to tell you guys that high gloss lacquered furniture, furniture that's made with really nice exotic veneers and hardwoods, that is very well designed and is timeless. You'll be in business for a long time. Like you'll be able to start a company, and rich people will buy your stuff. Like they absolutely will. But you have to create something that is actually cool, right? That is actually unique, and it is actually timeless, because people aren't going to spend $10,000 on credenza if it looks like you built it in your garage, with spare wood that you got from, the alley out back. You're making pallet furniture. We see all that kind of stuff. Like that's good for YouTube content. That's good for clicks, and that's good for maybe some VPN advertising. But that's not going to get you. That's not going to get customers coming in wanting to buy $10,000 credenzas from you. No rich person is going to come in and want to buy some pallet furniture or some, reclaimed furniture was a big thing. That's all bullshit. They don't want to buy reclaimed furniture. They want to buy really nice, handmade American shit. That's what we sell. That's what I sell. That's what I talk about. And it's a little bit of a dichotomy, because I sell a super high-end product. Like my wife is one of these people who's very kind of uppity in a way. She looks very nice all the time, dresses really well, speaks really well. She's very high class. That's the word I'm looking. She's very high class, whereas I'm kind of like the ditch digger. I'm the bottom feeder guy, doing all the work. She does all the sales and marketing, and it freaking works, So, but that's what I do the streams for. I let everybody know that, like, this is our product. We sell a high gloss lacquered product, very high end, beautiful. You can get brass details, satin details, whatever you want. I mean, we just do all kinds of stuff, composite work, and it's great business, So anyway, some of the stuff that I've got coming up is, like I said, I'll build some of this Trump furniture. I'll show you guys what this stuff is, and then, like I said, I implore you guys, go look at it. Go do a Google search, and just, you don't have to like the guy, you don't have to believe me, but just go do the search. Like, this guy cares about manufacturing. He cares about blue collar people that work with their hands, and he cares about. It's not all. Like everyone, I think, tries to paint this guy as he's just been super wealthy forever. He doesn't care about middle class people or lower class people, and I don't believe it. Like I said, I don't believe it at all. And like I said, all you got to do is just go look at the guy's list of accolades and list of work. And a lot of people want to say, oh, it's all bankruptcies, it's all stealing and thieving. And the truth is that you can't become that wealthy for that long by fucking people over forever. And that's something that poor people just will never be able to get out of their head. They think that all rich people do is screw people, and they don't. They're not always the best people, the nicest people, but you can't get really rich by fucking over a bunch of people. Like it's almost impossible. You got to deliver a great product. you have to be a decent person, and people have to like, know, and trust you in order to give you money, right? To give you business. And that's just the reality of it, you know. So anyway, I think it's probably gonna do it for my stream today. It's kind of short and not a lot of activity on this one today. It's kind of early in the day, but I've got things to do later on today. So I try to do most of my streams around 5 o'clock in the evening, and I like to just talk about kind of whatever topic I see in the news or whatever topic people wanted me to talk about or pontificate about in past, and that's kind of what we do here. We are a small furniture boutique company, and we make a lot of furniture. We deliver great products, and again, you guys should check our stuff out at resplendentcrow.com and see exactly what it is. We're the real deal, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. So have a great day. Enjoy the nice weather.